Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. What a beautiful morning. Here we are. Memorial Day weekend. As Wet Willie infamously said so many years ago, weekend, do what you want to do. Weekend, when the working days are through, weekend. Ariel, do you think anybody's going to show up here to work today after last night? We had a Chamber of Commerce event in our building yesterday, the Business After Hours Mobile Chamber of Commerce. I wouldn't be surprised if half or more of the people that work here just don't show up. And it's one of those for a lot of people travel days, and we've been told by AL.com earlier this week. AL.com had a story written by Lawrence Specker about traffic, Memorial Day weekend traffic. Monday, they had a story predicting that by 9 a.m. this morning, that the Wallace Tunnel would be backed up, that the interstate would be backed up beginning at 9 a.m. this morning, heading from west to east. So I guess if you're planning on heading in that direction, you might want to get a move on, might want to step to it, or learn to enjoy and embrace the Cochrane Africatown Bridge. Let's see, overnight, we have the news of the man who allegedly body slammed or physically assaulted a reporter, winning. So he did win. Many people have pointed out that they have early voting in Montana, so lots of votes were cast before the controversy. Here is Republican Greg Gianforte, who allegedly physically attacked a reporter. He did win.
I took an action that I can't take back, and I'm not proud of what happened. I should not have responded in the way that I did, and for that I'm sorry.
And you're forgiven.
All right. I love the lady there. That lady, I want to have somebody like her, or I want to have her, if I ever get in trouble for something and have to apologize, which is likely to happen, I would love to have her around to do that, because I think that's a wonderful service that she provides there at the end of his apology. And by the way, that's a good apology. He does admit fault.
Responded in the way that I did, and for that I'm sorry.
And you're forgiven.
Thank you for and you're forgiven. And that apology is better than when somebody says, if you were offended, I'm sorry. He actually did apologize for something. More to come. Uncle Henry Show proceeding right after the traffic and weather together, which we have for you every 10 minutes on the 9s.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
One lane has reopened to traffic on southbound I-65 just past the Rayburn-Perdido exit in Baldwin County. This was the scene of an 18-wheeler fire that had the interstate closed for over an hour this morning. That's no longer the case. They have reopened one lane, but one lane does remain blocked. You're looking at a delay of a few miles, at least 2 miles, perhaps longer in length. At this point, you may still want to consider an alternate route. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Sunny skies stick with us today. That gets us actually a little warmer than yesterday. Highs are close to average in the mid-80s. However, it comes with a stronger south breeze that will keep waves rough at the beaches. Tonight stays mild and muggy with temperatures near 70 degrees. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies get us back into the mid and upper 80s with some humidity. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show on a gorgeous morning. We do have this weekend, of course, Memorial Day weekend, with Memorial Day services and remembrances on Monday. Before you get to Monday in Mobile, there is a great collection of weirdos that are going to be in downtown Mobile for the Mobicon. We'll get into that because Mayor Standy Simpson is involved in this now. We'll get into that coming up in about 10 minutes on the Uncle Henry Show with Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. He spends a lot of time with all the weird people. Now, the president will be coming back. The president is on his trip, still a couple of days in Sicily, and then he'll be back in the U.S. I suppose Sunday, late Saturday or Sunday, him coming back. I wonder where he's going to go and how he's going to, where's he going to feel comfortable having a conversation now? Because we have gone through a couple of weeks where so many leaks have come out. Leaks of, not just leaks of info about who's being investigated here or there, but also conversations that he's having, leaks that report. Some of these leaks are claiming, allegedly, that he's yelling at the TV, noticing that, and we don't know if that can be corroborated or not. We don't know if that was made up or not, but people reporting that he's watching TV and yelling at it, which I do. I talk to my TV every day. But I'm bringing this up to wonder, him knowing all this, where is he going to feel comfortable talking to someone? Is he going to worry that the room is bugged? These things have happened, by the way. I even have a clip of President Reagan talking about potted plants having listening devices in them back in the 1980s. On a serious note, where is he going to feel comfortable talking? First, he's got to figure out if he can trust whoever he's talking to, and whether or not he trusts who works for the people he's talking to. Then he's even got to wonder if the room that he's talking in is a safe room to talk in. Is he going to ask people to go into, normally we meet in this room, but today we're going to go down here to the such and such bathroom and have our meeting in the bathroom. And I know that sounds silly, but it's got to be on his mind. Who can I talk to? What can I say? Where can I talk to them? Might want to run the country from Mar-a-Lago until the Justice Department finds out who the leakers are. But if anything, this is kind of like psychological warfare on somebody, all these leaks. It would drive me nuts trying to figure out who can I talk to, what candid conversations are going to be revealed or not revealed, what room is a safe room. If we walk outside to have a conversation, is somebody lip reading me? Is there somebody with binoculars reading my lips? All right, look. There's more show to come, a lot more this hour. We're going to get into the Weirdo Convention next.
Been a conservative all my life. I want a senator with the guts to fight liberals and corrupt politicians. A conservative senator like Sessions and a tough outsider like Trump. Well, that's Big Luther Strange. As Attorney General, Big Luther fought Obama to protect our Second Amendment. He led a public corruption prosecution team that convicted a corrupt House Speaker, convicted dozens of corrupt public officials. Big Luther Strange followed Jeff Sessions as our senator, one tough conservative replacing another. Big Luther is working with President Trump to drain the swamp, deporting violent criminal aliens, building a border wall by cutting funds to sanctuary cities, and finally repealing Obamacare. Montgomery insiders don't like Big Luther's conservative record. Heck, politicians and liberals don't like Trump, but we do. Let's stand with a conservative who stands tall for us. That's Big Luther Strange, an Alabama conservative.
I'm Luther Strange, candidate for U.S. Senate. I approve this message.
Paid for and authorized by Strange for Senate.
This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf Coast. We love all the fun activities, the fishing, the golf. But years of being out in the elements, well, that can accelerate damage to your skin. That can accelerate the aging process of your skin. Dr. Bender can help you with that. Dr. Bender is a board-certified dermatologist. He provides the latest innovations in medical skincare and cosmetic skincare, and he also has all the latest technology. He's got 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. You can find out more about Dr. Bender and all of the services he provides by going online. The website is advanceddermclinic.com. That's advanceddermclinic.com. You can make an appointment there online, or you can call for your appointment. The number is 251-631-3570. That's Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center.
Sears Auto Center has a great Memorial Day holiday offer you don't want to miss. Now through Memorial Day, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th free on in-stock tires with the purchase of an installation package. Or purchase 4 Die-Hard tires and get a $50 award card. Now's your chance to take advantage of our best tire prices. See store associates for details at Sears Auto Center. We put your life in drive. Exclusions may apply. Installation packages include 6-month, 1-year, or lifetime alignment. Offer valid through June 3rd.
Summer involves a lot of driving to camp, to work, to soccer, back home to grab what they forgot, and then back to soccer again. So wouldn't you like to know your car is up for it? Enter Hum by Verizon. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics, drive with more peace of mind thanks to 24/7 emergency assistance, and let the kids stream and game on the go with your car's own Wi-Fi hotspot. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com. Verizon Wi-Fi available on HumX only. Data usage applies. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit vzw.com for availability.
And a good morning to Facebook viewers. We are still in a radio break where radio listeners are learning about important businesses, goods, and services. When we come back on radio, we'll be talking with Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com about the weirdo situation in Mobile this weekend with Mobicon. And also Mayor Standy Simpson is getting involved. Mayor Standy Simpson has gotten involved with the weirdo convention in Mobile. We'll talk about that. So that is coming up next when we go back on radio with Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. Now, one of the things I'm going to mention is that the mayor of Mobile, Standy Simpson, has declared tomorrow Ms. Carrie Fisher Day in Mobile, which I have nothing against. I mean, I understand people had a great affection for Princess Leia. But did Dot Moore ever get a day? We could come together. We could, again, no negativity toward Princess Leia, but there are so many great Mobilians that never got a day. We could put together a list of who ought to have a day, but we'll get into all of that as well. But Carrie Fisher Day tomorrow in Mobile. All right, stand by. We're about to talk to Scotty White. He is next.
A few more clouds with partly to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures back into the upper 80s. A few afternoon showers are possible on Sunday. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
Your home for traffic and weather on the 9s every morning. This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show or watching it on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page. Memorial Day weekend, there is a convention in Mobile, Mobicon. Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com is with us. Scotty White, good morning.
Good morning and happy Carrie Fisher Day Eve.
Now, before we get to that, explain to my audience what happens at Mobicon. What is it?
Mobicon is a pop culture convention that focuses on gaming and cosplay, and there's going to be artists and comics. It's a huge event.
Okay, so all of that, and this is one of these things where people dress up like Batman or Mr. Spock or a Wookiee, correct?
Correct. There's a lot of costumes. That's what they call cosplay. So a ton of costumes and all kinds of things. And so and I was talking to the president of Mobicon yesterday, and they're expecting a record turnout this year.
Really?
Yeah, so it looks good. They had a really good turnout last year. They're expecting bigger numbers this year, so it's going to be fun. It's a family-friendly event, so bring the kids.
All right, now when Carrie Fisher passed away, and now you're a huge Star Wars fan yourself. You podcast about Star Wars. People can find out more about that at ScottyWhite.com. And you even reported on the life of Carrie Fisher for this show after she passed. What is your reaction to the mayor of Mobile, Standy Simpson, is officially proclaiming tomorrow Ms. Carrie Fisher Day in Mobile?
First of all, I heard about the news on your show this morning, and I'm very surprised. I'm happy about it. I'm as a Star Wars fan, I'm thankful that Mobile is recognizing, Carrie Fisher and her talents. However, I do agree with you. I think there should be a Dot Moore Day, or even a Mel Showers Day.
Well, what about an Art Slack Day? There's a lot of people.
Art Slack, yeah.
All right, now listen to this. I'm not going to read the whole proclamation from Mobile Mayor Standy Simpson, but the end of it says, "Now therefore I, Standy Simpson, 108th Mayor of City of Mobile, Alabama, in honor of the societal and philanthropic contributions of Mobicon, and in remembrance of Ms. Fisher, do hereby proclaim May 27th, 2017 as Ms. Carrie Fisher Day in the city of Mobile." Is that now? Isn't it just? I mean, I just find this. I never ever thought I would ever have anything like this to report to people. The mayor, seriously. What is your reaction? Are you not?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I wish the city of Bay Minette would follow suit.
The city of Bay Minette.
Because we're not having Carrie Fisher Day tomorrow, so, maybe one day.
Okay.
Mobile's always in the lead.
All right. Okay. Well, anyway, you've invited me to participate in a game show Saturday at Mobicon. Explain what game show I'm going to be a part of.
Well, the show is called hashtag a pop culture game show, and you, along with the lovely Stephanie Stockwell Ward, will be competing against each other, answering pop culture questions to win prizes for audience members. It's going to be fun, and my co-host will be Gabe Willis of Pawpaw's Medicine Cabinet, and we're working on a musical category for everybody, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Now,
I noticed online that the lady that I'm playing against, Stephanie Stockwell Ward, put up videos where she was I think she was being disingenuous. She claimed that I was calling her out or something like that. I was invited.
She was calling you out.
I was invited to this, and I don't know why there has to be trash talk. Seriously, we're all adults. Why is even though people are dressing like children, why am I being trash talked?
Well, Stephanie is what we would like to call competitive, and so she doesn't want anyone threatening her crown as the current champion of the show, and so she gets she's a little protective.
Okay. Well, I don't appreciate being trash talked ahead of an event like this. I think
perfect chance for you to win tomorrow and take her crown and show her up.
Well, I'm not going to know anything about pop culture. I find pop culture trash, and I don't want to know about it. I'm proud. If I lose, I'll be proud because I don't think it's a crown anybody should. You shouldn't want a crown of. You should. It ought to be like Bible trivia. Bible trivia. That's the crown you want to have, is Bible trivia.
That's true.
You don't want the crown of who played the third Wookiee on the left. That is not what you want to have a crown in. All right, but anyway, beyond that, before we run out of time in this segment, Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com, podcaster, the new movie this weekend, Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. What are people saying about it?
It's got currently a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics are not enjoying this one. Fans are a little bit better. I think they're a little bit more forgiving on it. Most people think this may be the last Pirates movie we get because they don't expect it to win the weekend, but I disagree. It's Memorial Day weekend. People will go see movies about pirates. And
so you think it'll win?
I think it'll win the weekend. I don't see anything else that's going up against it that'll take it. I'll be surprised if it doesn't.
Okay. I don't know why anybody made this movie. I mean, I understand the money and the merchandising and all that.
I know why they made a movie. Johnny Depp's like $26 million in debt. He needs
right. Well, I know why he would make a movie, but I don't know anybody that wanted another one of these things.
You know, I'm with you. I'm not a fan of this franchise. I've seen a few of them, and they do nothing for me. But the cast looks really good in this one, so
all right.
It's actually neat.
All right, Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. If you can hang on for a moment to talk quickly to the Facebook viewers, I'd appreciate it.
I would love to.
Otherwise, Scotty White is saying goodbye to the radio listener. We'll be back with more after the news break on the Uncle Henry Show.
This is a...
All right, we're here just on Facebook with Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. Now, the behavior, if somebody's never been to Mobicon, what can they expect when they go in there? What are you going to see?
Oh, well, there's going to be, lots of people in costumes, and you'll see they have vendors there selling all kinds of merchandise and wares. There's artists there who doing, various forms of art, mostly sketching and artists like comic style stuff. And there's gaming, lots of gaming, so all kinds of tabletop board games and things.
Okay. And what if somebody like me shows up and I'm normal and I'm not dressed like Batman? I'm just dressed as a normal person the way I always dress every day. Am I going to be looked at as a weirdo because I'm normal and everybody else is a freak?
No, not everyone has to cosplay. I won't be in cosplay. I will dress in like I normally dress every day, so you'll be welcomed.
Okay, so I will be welcomed. People are not going to think I'm weird because I'm dressed like a normal person like I am right now.
No weirder than anyone else would think you are every day.
All right, now, and activities, are there things to do there?
Oh, yeah. Like I said, there's, gamings, and there's a costume contest. There's a lot of events. There's a steampunk ball. There's a ton of panels, so you can get to see all kinds of people discussing all kinds of various pop culture things. So there's the Artist Alley where you can see people draw and doing other arts. There's a charity auction and all kinds of it's a slam-packed event.
Okay. And now do you go the whole 3 days?
Yeah, we'll be there the whole 3 days with Mopcast. We have a table, and we're showing off our webcomic, Chronicles of Limbo, and plus we're doing the game show on Saturday.
So people can meet you. When is the game show? We forgot to say that on the air. When is the
game show is at 1:45 to 2:30 on Saturday.
1:45 to 2:30.
Right.
That's long.
45 minutes.
That's a long time.
Oh, it'll go by fast.
All right. Oh, don't speak too soon. All right.
We've done this a few times, so it'll go by fast. It'll be fun.
All right. So if you, the Facebook viewer, for whatever weird reason, want to meet Scotty White, he'll have a table at Mobicon, and you can meet him and converse with him. Scotty White's favorite movie of all time, Lawrence of Arabia.
That's true.
So if you want to talk about Lawrence of Arabia, the only person in Mobile that will have that conversation with you will be at Mobicon.
I don't know. I've had that conversation with other people in Mobile. So.
All right, now before we go, the bad reviews for Pirates of the Caribbean, is Baywatch coming out at the same time?
Yeah, Baywatch also currently has a 19% Rotten Tomatoes rating. I honestly, full disclosure, I would see that before I see Pirates.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I like the writing team behind it. The writing teams, I'm really big fans of them. They're the guys who wrote the Smithsonian stuff with Ben Stiller. They're fun.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah, and it's the two guys who wrote that. And so they've written a ton of other stuff, but that's what most people know them from.
Okay. All right. Well, Scotty White, I'm going to run. I need to go get some coffee, but thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you for having me on, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. I will. Thank you,
right.
Scotty White of ScottyWhite.com. All right, look, we're going to be back on the radio in just a minute or two, but I've got to go get some coffee because that helps me curb my appetite, which right now is very dangerous. My appetite, I could easily eat an entire fried chicken and then want something else. So let me go get some coffee.
Millions of jobs. 26 Christians are reported killed in an attack in Egypt.
The gunman reportedly wore military uniforms and opened fire on a bus carrying Coptic Christians traveling on the road to the St. Samuel Monastery. ISIS has repeatedly targeted Coptic Christians in Egypt.
Fox's Jessica Gallagher, Fox News. We report, you decide.
At Mercedes-Benz Mobile, servicing the customer always comes first. If your Mercedes is in need of repair or general maintenance, come see us at our state-of-the-art service center on Dolphin Street. Our highly certified auto technicians are equipped with the latest tools and technologies to take care of your Mercedes or any other luxury vehicle, including Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Jaguar. Give your car a little TLC and visit our service center at 3060 Dolphin Street today. Mercedes-Benz Mobile, doing our part to keep you moving forward.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills, and I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Heads Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
It's heating and air conditioning, where three heads are better than one.
Sears Auto Center has a great Memorial Day holiday offer you don't want to miss. Now through Memorial Day, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th free on in-stock tires with the purchase of an installation package. Or purchase 4 Die-Hard tires and get a $50 award card. Now's your chance to take advantage of our best tire prices. See store associates for details at Sears Auto Centers. We put your life in drive. Exclusions may apply. Installation packages include 6-month, 1-year, or lifetime alignment. Offer valid through June 3rd.
The savings keep stacking up at Lumber Liquidators' Summer Stackout Sale. Choose from the best selection of wood-look waterproof flooring, like a Vela wood-look tile. It's an extra 20% off with coupon. All Dream Home X2O water-resistant laminate is on sale. Get pre-finished hardwood from $149, including $1 off per square foot on Bellawood. Plus overstock, small lots, and more from just 59 cents at your local store. And special financing. Hurry, stack up the savings at Lumber Liquidators today.
Teach your kids about the dangers of drug abuse at the new interactive exhibit now at the Gulf Coast Explorium. Drugs, cost, and consequences. See an actual South American jungle cocoa processing lab and a recreated Afghan heroin factory. Plus artifacts from the Twin Towers and Pentagon connecting the link between drugs and terrorism. Analyze brain scans in a simulated MRI machine to learn the science behind drug addiction. The DEA and the Gulf Coast Explorium present Drugs, Cost, and Consequences. Find out more at Explorium.com.
Traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 9s every morning. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTN.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Daily Reagan is coming up in about 15 minutes. And also prayers for Gene Stallings. We'll get to that after the Daily Reagan. Now, in the last segment of the show, talking about the group of weirdos that are going to be at Mobicon in Mobile, Standy Simpson, the mayor of Mobile, issuing a proclamation for the Weirdo Convention and also declaring tomorrow Ms. Carrie Fisher Day in Mobile, Alabama. So tomorrow, Princess Leia gets her own day, courtesy of Standy Simpson. I never would have connected Standy Simpson with Princess Leia. But there they are together in the proclamation. Now, for you, the Uncle Henry, for you, the longtime listener of the show, you're very irritated that we've even discussed the Standy Simpson Princess Leia connection. You're going to want to hear this. Longtime caller, Reagan Girl, the very passionate Reagan Girl, who is a hardcore conservative belly dancer. She left, while I was talking with Scotty White, she left me a voice message via Facebook, and I'm going to play it to you over the microphone here. She called to leave a message saying that she, Reagan Girl, is going to be performing belly dancing at Mobicon tomorrow.
Good morning, Uncle Henry. It's Reagan Girl. I wanted to let you know that I am performing at 11 and at 1 tomorrow at Mobicon with my sisters. And please come if you can. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in June. Roll Tide. Please come if you can.
Okay, that was Reagan. So Reagan Girl, longtime caller, passionate conservative who also happens to be a belly dancer. She will be belly dancing at the Weirdo Convention tomorrow at 11 and at 1. So if you, the listener, have ever wished, hoped, and dreamed that you could see Reagan Girl belly dance, this is going to be an opportunity for you tomorrow at 11 and at 1. So if you want to really take it in, you'll have two opportunities. You can show up and get your ticket and then see her belly dance at 11, maybe get her to sign autographs. Then you could go walk around in the convention and buy a Batman keychain or whatever they're selling in there, and then you can come back out and watch her again at 1 o'clock. So that is all tomorrow, happening in downtown Mobile at some hotel down there on Ms. Carrie Fisher Day, as proclaimed by Standy Simpson. The Uncle Henry Show continues in a moment after traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the nines.
Time saver traffic from the Dean McCrary Audi Traffic Center.
Most of our attention this morning has been centered on the I-65 drive through Baldwin County. Earlier 18-wheeler fire still being cleared from the road and producing a solid 3-mile backup that's extremely slow moving. The area of the accident here is again southbound I-65 just past the Rabun Perdido exit. You may want to consider an alternate route through the area. With time saver traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
Sunny skies stick with us today. That gets us actually a little warmer than yesterday. Highs are close to average in the mid-80s. However, it comes with a stronger south breeze that will keep waves rough at the beaches. Tonight stays mild and muggy with temperatures near 70 degrees. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies get us back into the mid and upper 80s with some humidity. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. The Daily Reagan coming up in about 10 minutes, and then right after that, we'll have a brief tribute to Gene Stallings from local musician Brian Graves. Gene Stallings has had some health problems that many of us have learned about this week. Prayers out for Gene Stallings. Now, though, we have Angelo of Mobile Bay Coins. Angelo, are you shocked that Mayor Standy Simpson has declared tomorrow Ms. Carrie Fisher Day in the city of Mobile?
I heard that this morning on your show bright and early, and I was shocked, Uncle Henry. But it's good for the mayor. I was really impressed.
It's as odd. It's something I never would have predicted.
I would have never predicted that either, and I've got to admit, you caught me unawares, because I heard the first part of this sentence. You said, the mayor is coming out, and then you paused, and I went, what in the heck is he talking about? And then you finished up with Carrie Fisher Day, and it's like, that is very cool.
I apologize. I pause. A lot of people have criticized my pauses through the years. They feel like I pause too often, that I take too much, but I don't think quickly. I'm a slow thinker, and I do need to pause to come forward with thoughts, and if I don't pause, then I'm just going to say, I prefer to just pause than to say, But I do.
You're just building the suspense there.
I apologize to you, the listener, for pausing a lot. Now, Angelo of Mobile Bay Coins, we're here on the Memorial Day weekend. As Wet Willie would say, weekend, do what you want to do. Weekend, when your working days are through, weekend. Is Mobile Bay Coins going to be closed Memorial Day?
We will be closed Memorial Day. However, we are open tomorrow. I was actually listening to your spot about Reagan Girl, and I'm not going to be able to go to Mobicon because we're going to be here at the shop from 9 o'clock in the morning until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So we will be closed Memorial Day. But if you want to come by the shop and check out some of the cool new things that have been coming in, and we've got a lot of them. There's new privateer coins are in. The South African Cougarans sold out. I've already got my third shipment on the way in. It's been crazy busy, Uncle Henry. We've got a lot of cool stuff to check out.
All right, let's before we run out of time here, on the Krugerrand, you've sold out 2 different runs of Krugerrands. Why do people want to buy those to the point that you keep selling out of them? What's so special about them?
Well, a couple things are going on. We've been limited. We've allocated what we can get from our supplier. And every time I get those, people are snatching them up. It's the 50th anniversary of the Krugerrand. Now, the original coin was a 1-ounce gold coin. Paul Kruger was the leader of South Africa at the time, and the rand is their denomination. So they ended up calling it the Kruger Rand because it was a gold coin that was legal tender in South Africa. And one of the first bullion-type coins that was legal to own around the world became extremely popular. 50 years old this year.
Wow. Okay, so and what they've come out with is just selling gangbusters.
Yes, it is. Beautiful packaging, nice little certificate of authenticity, and it's been extremely popular. As a matter of fact, most people that have been purchasing them don't just come in and buy one. They've been buying 2 or 3.
All right, well, you can get them at Mobile Bay Coins when the shipments come in. In fact, if you're interested, you need to let Angelo know so that he can get one for you because they're sounds like they're selling fast. Angelo, have a fantastic weekend.
You too, Uncle Henry.
Mobile Bay Coins, 2204 Government Street in Midtown Mobile. MobileBayCoins.com. Mobile Bay Coins open on Carrie Fisher Day in Mobile. They mean no disrespect toward Princess Leia, but they are going to remain open on Carrie Fisher Day tomorrow in Mobile. The Daily Reagan is next.
There's no such thing as chemical weapons.
The Sean Hannity Show.
Listen,
Assad got rid of his chemical weapons.
Today at 2.
It's a message.
Get the message. News Radio 710. WNTM.
First house, last house, mid-south, court that side, porch, cul-de-sac, mid-south, court that brick house, down house, don't pay, court that dockside, poolside, outside, court that corner store, warehouse, mama's house, court that.
Tired of painting your home every 4 to 5 years? This is Kevin Mamahat, president of Mid-South Coatings. Better than paint, more durable than latex. Mid-South Coatings is the ultimate alternative to traditional paint. And with our lifetime warranty, you'll never have to paint your home again, guaranteed. If you live anywhere in the Gulf South, call for a free estimate. And since Mid-South Coatings is much thicker than paint, your home will look like it's just been freshly painted forever. So before you paint your home with traditional paint or any product, call Mid-South Coatings for a free estimate.
Call 251-272-4440. 272-4440. That's 272-4440.
Red, white, beige, and blue, any color of the net, anyway you're at, court this, mid-south, court that.
For 85 years, Mueller has been a force in the steel construction industry, producing metal products right here in the United States. Today, the Mueller organization includes 33 branches and 4 manufacturing facilities serving customers across many states, including the great state of Alabama. For 85 years, we've cultivated relationships with our customers, providing exceptional service before, during, and after the sale. We provide top quality products at prices our customers can afford. For 85 years, we've produced a variety of metal products to meet our customers' needs, including metal roofing, custom steel buildings, prefabricated kit buildings, greenhouses, and so much more. In 85 years, we've garnered a record of excellence and dependability. Trust your next project to our professionals. Visit us online at MuellerInc.com or give us a call at 877-2-MUELLER. That's 877-268-3553.
Sears Auto Center has a great Memorial Day holiday offer you don't want to miss. Now through Memorial Day, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th free on in-stock tires with the purchase of an installation package. Or purchase 4 Die-Hard tires and get a $50 award card. Now's your chance to take advantage of our best tire prices. See store associates for details at Sears Auto Centers. We put your life in drive. Exclusions may apply. Installation packages include 6-month, 1-year, or lifetime alignment. Offer valid through June 3rd.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. And it's about to get worse. The IRS just hired an army of new tax enforcers. So, if you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. Optima has access to a special IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands, even tens of thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop that army of new enforcers from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A-rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $500 million of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. Call now for your free consultation.
Call 800-798-2477. That's 800-798-2477. 800-798-2477.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit.
Design Traffic Center.
Most of our attention this morning has been centered on the I-65 drive through Baldwin County. Earlier 18-wheeler fire still being cleared from the road and producing a solid 3-mile backup that's extremely slow moving. The area of the accident here is, again, southbound I-65 just past the Rayburn-Perdido exit. You may want to consider an alternate route through the area. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
It's another sunny day, but it's a little warmer than yesterday. Highs will be in the mid-80s with a stronger south breeze that'll keep waves rough at beaches. Tonight, lows fall back near 70 degrees under clear skies. Tomorrow stays dry, but we'll add a few more clouds with partly to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures back into the upper 80s. A few afternoon showers are possible on Sunday. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
You're home for Rush every weekday at 11. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
We've arrived at the Daily Reagan here on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. The Daily Reagan brought to you by SAD Weight Loss, offering a medically designed, nurse-supervised, individualized weight loss program. I went on SAD Weight Loss myself March 8th. So far, I have lost 30 pounds. Congratulations to me. Call 251-287-8901 or visit them online at sadweightloss.com, and that's spelled S-A-A-D, sadweightloss.com. Here is the Daily Reagan.
You know, we could say they spend like drunken sailors. But that would be unfair to drunken sailors. Because I was going to say it would be unfair because the sailors are spending their own money.
The Daily Reagan. Daily Reagan presented to you by SAD Weight Loss. Again, you can get more info at sadweightloss.com. That's spelled S-A-A-D, sadweightloss.com. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. News headlines coming up from Fox and from WKRG. In less than 10 minutes, I know there are many Alabama fans locally. I'm one of them. We've developed a very strong affection for Gene Stallings. Of course, we enjoyed him winning a national championship. That was good. But more so, the affection is because of the type of man he has been off the field. And many of us developed an emotional connection with his family because of watching how he dealt with his son there at Alabama. I won't go into all of that here, but just want to say prayers out for Gene Stallings, because we did learn this week, throughout the week, that he had had a stroke. And he was out of the hospital, but was going back to the doctor for more tests. The stroke did affect his vision, and there's a little uncertainty, I think, about the extent that he can expect a recovery of his vision. So prayers out for Gene Stallings. And I wanted to share with you a tribute to Gene Stallings that local musician Brian Graves put together for the Uncle Henry Show. Back in 2013, Brian Graves was one of the local musicians who would visit the Uncle Henry Show. And I asked him, I said, would you please put together a song about Gene Stallings to the tune of Tom Petty's Free Fallin'? Because I thought they matched up. And Brian Graves, very talented, not only a musician, but also talented in a production studio, came up with this. So in honor of Gene Stallings, prayers out for Gene Stallings. Here is Brian Graves' song about Gene Stallings.
Gene, I can't sing, of course. Gene Stallings.
He's a good boy, loves some football, loves Jesus and America too. He's a good boy from Paris, Texas, loves Ruth Ann and cattle ranches too. It's a long day in Junction, Texas, spent all day scrimmaging in the yard, and he's a bad a bad boy
And that is Brian Graves. Brian Graves, local musician that put together the Gene Stallings song back in 2013. When Gene Stallings wasn't experiencing any kind of problems in 2013. We just loved Gene Stallings so much we wanted a song about him. So again, prayers out for Gene Stallings, hoping that Gene Stallings has a wonderful recovery from what he is going through with his health. More Uncle Henry Show to come in the next hour. More news items, also a new edition of Dear Ariel. All of that coming up after news, traffic, weather, and all of that on the Uncle Henry Show. Here with Ron of Mobile Bay Coins. Ron, what if I don't want to be a coin collector and I want to begin as a coin investor? Can you point me in the right direction?
Absolutely. It's one of the things I specialize in. And when I say I mean we. Angelo and I both spend our days hoping that an investor comes in and we can add that to our portfolio because it's the most fun, for me, it's the most fun and exciting part of the job. You get to sit down and you get to help somebody in many cases that don't even understand what rare coins are. We can help train them before they spend their first nickel to make sure they understand what they're getting into. And then if they want to jump into it full time, we're not licensed investment advisors, but I can sit down with somebody and show them what I've done over the past 40 years with my investments and my coins, even show them examples of what I've invested in.
That's Mobile Bay Coins, 2204 Government Street, Midtown Mobile. You can find them on Facebook. The website is mobilebaycoins.com, and you don't mind helping me learn.
Absolutely not.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NBA playoffs, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals saw the Cavaliers beat the Celtics in Boston 135-102. LeBron James had 35 points, Kyrie Irving 24 points in the win as Cleveland improves to 12-1 this postseason. They win the series 4-1 and advance to face the Golden State Warriors in the NBA Finals for the third straight year. NHL playoffs, Game 7 Eastern Conference Finals, and the Penguins get by the Senators 3-2 in double overtime. Chris Kunitz scored 2 goals for Pittsburgh, including the game winner in sudden death. Pittsburgh, the defending champs, advanced to the Stanley Cup Final. They'll face the Nashville Predators in that series. In baseball, in the American League, the Astros get by the Tigers 7-6. Jake Marisnick had a solo homer in the 8th to win it for Houston. Red Sox sweep their series against the Rangers with a 6-2 win. It was the Rays blanking the Angels 4-0. Matt Andriese, 8 shutout innings for Tampa Bay in the win. On the interleague scoreboard, it was the Mariners knocking off the Nationals 4-2.
Your home for traffic and weather on the 9s every morning. News Radio 710 WNTM, Mobile, and iHeart Radio Station 99.9 WMXC HD3 Mobile. 710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Kia Traffic Center.
With schools closing for the summer, you'd think the number of school bus accidents would be going down, but we do have one this morning. This has occurred at Blackwell Nursery and Ed George Road. That's not far from Sims Elementary. By far, though, our biggest problem remains southbound I-65, just past the Rayburn-Perdido exit in Baldwin County. Earlier 18-wheeler fire there has been out for a while, but we're still seeing at least a 3-mile-long backup through the area. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
When Marlon Shirley was 5, he lost his foot. Today, as the world's fastest amputee, he runs the 100 meters in less time than it takes to listen to this. Overcoming. Pass it on. From the Foundation for a Better Life.
First Alert Weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
The sunshine sticks around for another day, and that means this afternoon we'll get back into the mid-80s, which is seasonable for this time of year. However, it comes with a stronger south breeze, which will keep waves rough at area beaches. Tonight, lows fall back near 70 degrees under clear skies. However, a few clouds move in tomorrow afternoon, leaving us partly sunny with highs back into the upper 80s. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
Fox News Radio. I'm Dave Anthony. All across America, hearts are broken. That's what the Secretary of State tells his counterpart in Britain, referring to Monday's concert bombing. Rex Tillerson also took full responsibility for U.S. news leaks about the suicide attacker and his bomb.
We condemn that. The president has been very strong in his condemnation and has called for an immediate investigation and prosecution.
The leaks angered the British, who threatened to not share info anymore with the U.S. President Trump is meeting with world leaders in Sicily, saying he's made and saved the U.S. billions of dollars and millions of jobs on his foreign trip. Fox's Simon Owen live at the G7 summit.
Dave, this the final stop for the president before heading home. Topics up for discussion including climate change and trade, two subjects where the president is on a rather different page to many of his fellow leaders here. The White House predicting robust and challenging talks. The president also expected to meet one-on-one with the British Prime Minister and earlier sat down with Japan's Prime Minister. The president calling North Korea a big problem that will be solved. Dave?
Simon, President Trump's ready to take the fight over his blocked travel ban to the highest level. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions says the Justice Department will ask the Supreme Court to hear the case involving the president's proposed executive order on immigration, citing the president's duty to protect the country from terrorism. A federal appeals court ruled against President Trump, saying the proposed travel ban, in its words, drips with religious intolerance, animus, and discrimination. The presidential executive order seeks to temporarily cut off visas for people from 6 majority Muslim countries with ties to terrorism. Dave?
John, U.S. military member has been killed in Syria, but it's not a combat death. U.S. Central Command says it happened in a vehicle rollover today. The economy grew a little more than first thought in the first quarter. GDP growth has been revised upward from 0.7 to 1.2% from January to March. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Good morning, I'm Jessica Taloni with WKRG News 5, coverage you can count on. Breaking news overnight, Alabama death row inmate Tommy Arthur has been put to death. Arthur was executed just after midnight and pronounced dead around 12:15 this morning. He had dodged 7 prior execution dates, but the U.S. Supreme Court allowed this one to move forward after issuing a temporary stay earlier in the day Thursday. Arthur was convicted in the murder for hire of Troy Wicker, who was shot as he slept in his Muscle Shoals home in 1982. The executed inmate's daughter says there should be mandatory DNA testing on crime scene evidence in capital murder cases before executions are carried out. Sherry Stone made that statement at a news conference early this morning. Governor Kay Ivey had refused a request from Arthur to do DNA testing on crime scene hair samples. Ivey's lawyer says jurors knew the hairs because of their type did not come from Arthur, but convicted him anyway. A judge set bond for the robbery suspect who taunted police on social media before his capture this week. Darius Thames calls himself Ito the Shooter. On Thursday, a judge set Thames' bond at $75,000 with a $10,000 cash component. I'm Jessica Taloni with WKRG News 5, coverage you can count on.
It's time to gear up for summer fun. The Ready to Ride sales event is here. Looking to ride the waves? Check out our selection of Sea-Doo watercraft. Want to tear up the trails? Shop our selection of Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides. Or rev up for open road adventures with the latest Spyder Roadsters. Stop in now and save up to $3,500 on your ultimate warm weather adventure machines. Visit Pensacola Motorsports on New Warrington Road or PensacolaMotorsports.com. Offer ends soon. Restrictions may apply. See dealer for details.
Summer involves a lot of driving, to camp, to work, to soccer, back home to grab what they forgot, and then back to soccer again. So wouldn't you like to know your car is up for it? Enter Hum by Verizon. Now you can check your car's health from your phone with vehicle diagnostics, drive with more peace of mind thanks to 24/7 emergency assistance, and let the kids stream and game on the go with your car's own Wi-Fi hotspot. Get Hum and get where you're going. Learn more at hum.com. Verizon Wi-Fi available on Hum X only. Data usage applies. Coverage not available everywhere. Visit vzw.com for availability.
From the Mercedes-Benz of Mobile Studios, this is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I'm looking out my window. Yes, I'm blessed to be able to look out a window, and it is just gorgeous. It's one of these last couple of days were great days to be out in it, and it's very difficult to just not want to get out the window. I wish I had the equivalent of the bat pole, so that I could leap out the window onto the bat pole and slide down it into the reality of the beauty of Mobile, Alabama. Numerous things to get into with we have the winter in Montana, the body slammer wins, and then you've got the president's trip and more leaks, and Carrie Fisher, Standy Simpson is honoring Princess Leia. But JP has been holding. JP, good morning to you.
A great morning to you and all, Uncle. Nice to hear the song of Mr. Graves, Gene Stelling. What a great guy. Alabama has had some tremendous coaches. Not all have been so successful, but they certainly have been real great people. I think that if he were listening now, he might enjoy this one. Pete Fountain's playing the horn.
Uncle Henry Show.
Well, he was playing the horn.
Well, that was a beautiful punctuation on your comments.
Well, Uncle, you got 10 more seconds?
Certainly. Be safe on your Memorial Day weekend. Do not drink and drive.
Honor and keep in mind all of our great first responders, all of our folks who put their life on the line for us, and our dear veterans. May the Lord bless us all. Let's all do our very best to join with others in praising the Lord this weekend and every day, and in a special way on this Sunday. God bless you all. Love you guys.
Thank you very much, JP. JP with doing his own show within this show. Thank you, JP, for your uplifting words and your Pete Fountain. We'll return to news items after the traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the nines.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
I-65 through Baldwin County still seeing a world of hurt. This is a problem that's been there all morning. An earlier 18-wheeler fire that occurred in the southbound lanes of I-65 a little bit past the Rayburn-Perdido exit. There's at least a 2 to 3 mile long backup remaining there. You're going to want to exit at Rayburn, go north, and you can use Rayburn Road to get back to the I-65 interchange. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Sunny skies stick with us today. That gets us actually a little warmer than yesterday. Highs are close to average in the mid-80s. However, it comes with a stronger south breeze that will keep waves rough at the beaches. Tonight stays mild and muggy with temperatures near 70 degrees. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies get us back into the mid and upper 80s with some humidity. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. Some mornings, opening your eyes is hard, but LifeLock's eyes are already open to a wide range of identity threats. Stuff you can't see by just monitoring your credit. If something happens, U.S.-based specialists can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com, use promo code RISK, save 10%.
Listen to News Radio 710 WNTM anywhere on iHeartRadio. We love Nick Saban. Just wanted to get that out of the way. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll have a new edition of Dear Ariel. I was not following the election in Montana. I wished I had been all along. You had the Republican candidate, Greg Gianforte, that was accused of physically attacking a news reporter. More interesting to me, people attack each other every day all over the planet. So that's not really interesting to me. What's interesting to me is he was running against a singing cowboy. I need to set up some type of internet alert that will email me whenever there's a singing cowboy in the news. When I was a younger person, there were a lot of them. There were a lot of singing cowboys. Gene Autry, Tex Ritter, Roy Rogers, numerous singing cowboys. Now, not that many. Think that, to me, that's interesting. I wish we had something like that in Alabama. I wish that one of the candidates for the Senate was a singing cowboy. I guess the closest we got to that was Dale Peterson. Now, didn't we have a candidate that was cowboy-like that ended up getting in trouble for forgetting to pay for items at the store or something like that? Anyway, the man running for Congress in Montana, Republican Greg Gianforte, who was accused of physically attacking a reporter, he is the winner. He won. A lot of people have called in and talked to me to explain to me that they have early voting in Montana, so lots of votes were cast way before the attack. But Mr. Gianforte does admit that he did wrong and apologizes.
I took an action that I can't take back, and I'm not proud of what happened. I should not have responded in the way that I did, and for that I'm sorry.
And you're forgiven.
And you're forgiven. I want that lady to... she would be handy to have in the studio to forgive me for various gaffes and bloopers.
And for that, I'm sorry.
And you're forgiven.
I like that. I might save that just in my archives to play for the numerous technical problems that happen when I'm doing the Uncle Henry Show, or stupid things that I say, which does happen uncomfortably often on the program. Let's see. Also, a little bit more from the alleged body slammer.
I should not have treated that reporter that way. And for that, I'm sorry, Mr. Ben Jacobs.
Okay. So, and that's an actual apology. Nowadays, you don't hear that often. Have you noticed a lot of apologies are, if I hurt your feelings, if I hurt your feelings, I apologize. Or if I offended you, I did not intend to offend you. If I did, this was an actual real apology. That's I might have to save that also just so I can study it. You don't hear authentic apologies that often anymore. In Montana, I guess they keep it real. They'll punch you, they'll apologize for it, they'll forgive you, all within 24 hours.
This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf.
And here on Facebook. Hey, Facebook! Just a small number of people watching on Facebook. We had a lot more people watching earlier, but now a lot of people have left Facebook so that they can go try to get somewhere before the tunnel backs up, probably. AL.com says it's going to back up by 9 o'clock. We'll be able to look and see if they're right. Let's see, what have I not mentioned on that? We're going to get into Dear Ariel in the next segment of the show. I saw a story that I meant to mention on the air by now about body shaming. You may have heard this story or not. There was a model that was a Playboy model where she would take off her clothes and be naked. And she would earn money from the Playboy Corporation by being naked in their magazine so that people would purchase the magazine and then be able to look at her nakedness. So this lady was at the gym, the naked model. She was working out at the gym and saw a 70-year-old woman in the gym locker room and took a picture of this 70-year-old woman and put it online and mocked her body. She mocked the elderly woman's body. without, of course, without permission. And this is called body shaming. This is body shaming. And I'm interested in this because I'm body shamed on this show every day. People call in and tell me that my hair is all messed up, that it's ridiculous, or that I'm dressed improperly, or that I'm just constantly under attack. I'm constantly body shamed. And so the 70-year-old woman online is body shamed. So out in Los Angeles County, California, the authorities prosecuted the naked model. Instead of just having hurt feelings, they went to court. They charged the Playboy model with misdemeanor invasion of privacy, and they've convicted her. The Los Angeles city attorney says, quote, body shaming can devastate its subject. People are mocked, they're humiliated, and in ways they can never fully get back, end quote. And I understand what he's saying because that happens to me every day. Now, the Playmate, the naked Playboy model, claims that she meant to send the photo privately and it was accidentally posted publicly. So she is getting what's the punishment? What's the punishment for mocking the body of a 70-year-old woman online in Los Angeles? Community service. She's going to get community service. And then probation for 3 years. She must also curtail her photo taking. She was ordered not to take pictures of people and put them online without their permission, and she cannot have a camera with her in places where people might be naked. So body shaming. Now think about this. I can testify it's not nice to be body shamed the way that you have body shamed me. But now, of all the problems they've got to worry about in Los Angeles, now they're going to police Facebook and Instagram looking for this kind of garbage. Sounds like a lot for the prosecutors to do out there. All right, stand by.
Tomorrow stays dry, but we'll add a few more clouds with partly to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures back into the upper 80s. A few afternoon showers are possible on Sunday. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
This morning at 9, Ask the Expert. Then Rush at 11. Right now, it's Uncle Henry on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Today, the newspaper was delivered, the news printed up and then thrown at our building. I've been over in the pre-dawn hours. I've been over and picked the news up off the ground. I brought it into the radio station. I unfolded it after pulling it out of its plastic protective barrier, and then I found the Dear Abby column where people, poor, pitiful people, write letters or emails to Abby, an extreme elderly, and they ask Abby for advice. And so that means it's time for a new edition of Dear Ariel, where we compare the answers of the extreme elderly Abby to the answers of young and vital, vigorous Ariel. Ariel, are you ready for Dear Ariel?
Absolutely.
Okay, here is your letter.
Okay.
Dear Ariel, my husband left me for another woman 4 months ago. We had been married for 33 years.
Yikes.
And my world has been ripped apart.
Okay.
Now, 4 months later, he says he wants to try to reconcile. And it has me feeling extremely confused. Ariel, while I still love him, I know our relationship will never be the same as before. Will I look like a fool to everyone if I let him come home? And that letter is from Heartbroken in Pennsylvania.
Okay, now that is an actual problem. That finally, jeez. Okay, now
that is real. Yeah,
yes.
A lot of these letters are just mind-numbingly stupid.
Absolutely.
Pardon my language.
Don't pardon mine.
But this is a real problem.
Right. This is a real problem. Okay, so first and foremost, yes, you will look like a fool to everybody if you go back to him. But sis, that is your business and your cross to bear. Nobody else's. So don't worry about what anybody else has to say, okay? That's first things first. Now, second of all, should you go back, in my opinion, girl, bye. Leave him alone. Okay, if he left you for another woman once, he very well may do it again. Not to mention, don't you deserve better than that? I mean, 30 full years you gave him, and he's just going to waltz out the door with some other woman? No, tell him he can pack his things and she can come help him, and they can find somewhere else to be, because in your life ain't going to be it. Leave that fool alone.
Okay, that is a very definitive answer from Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see how it compares to Abby, who is extremely elderly.
All right.
Abby, this is Abby's answer. Abby says, how you look to everyone is far less important than how you feel.
See?
You are correct that if you reconcile, your relationship will never be the same. But has it occurred to you that it might be better?
Girl, please.
Husbands stray for all kinds of reasons. Before you make any final decisions about taking him back, insist on counseling so you can understand exactly what they were.
Right.
That's how broken marriages are repaired.
I wonder how many times Abby's husband left her for another woman. This sounds like a woman who has taken her husband back on several occasions.
Okay, but she says it might be better. This might make it all better.
Right. You know what? Sometimes if you put a Band-Aid over an affected wound, it makes it all better, because you can't see it anymore.
Okay. Ariel, thank you. Keeping it real. A new edition of Dear Ariel. 33 years. That is a lot of shared experiences to be flushed down the drain. So, well, look, I'm not even getting in. I don't even want to get into the hypothetical at this point. Thank you, Ariel, for providing a Dear Ariel for us. All right, let's see. We have news headlines coming your way in less than 5 minutes on the Uncle Henry Show from Fox and from WKRG. I know that one of the stories is the win in Montana for the Republican allegedly, well, I shouldn't say alleged that he attacked the reporter, because he's apologized for attacking the reporter. So he's admitted he's done something and has apologized for it. So he wins. Another story is that there have been yet more leaks. The leak of the day. Should we actually have leak of the day brought to you by a local business? The latest leak that was out late yesterday and into the night was the leak involving the son-in-law of President Trump. Someone leaking out that the FBI is looking into Jared Kushner with the Russia collusion allegations. Now, I don't consider that news, because if someone, a special counsel, is investigating whether or not the Trump campaign colluded with Russia, then you're going to be looking at everybody involved in the campaign at a high level. Certainly Jared Kushner and everybody else is going to be looked into. So I don't know how big of a leak this is, or if it's worthy of the attention it's getting. Everybody, now is the leak tomorrow that Ivanka is going to be looked into? Because certainly everybody's going to be looked into. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, nobody wants to be looked into, but it's not a scoop. What I'm saying is it's not a scoop. We could have figured this out without a leak. All right, news, traffic, weather, all of that is coming up, and then more on the Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening.
Liberals in Denver hate President Trump's deportation crackdown, so now they've come up with a way to fight back. And the Washington Post says that it was surprisingly simple. Here's the backdrop. When an illegal immigrant is busted for a crime, the federal government requires that ICE be notified if the crime carries a sentence of a year or more. So here's what liberals in Denver did. They rewrote their laws. Many of the crimes that used to trigger ICE notification will no longer carry a sentence of a year. See? Surprisingly simple. Crimes like shoplifting and trespassing will be punished less severely. Serve a few months in jail and you walk. But under the new approach, the sentences for domestic violence and simple assault have also been reduced.
Hey, good morning to Facebook. Hey, Facebook! We're in a radio break, of course. The radio listeners hearing just numerous things. Just want to say good morning to KP and Bama Big Man and all the other people that are watching the Facebook feed of the Uncle Henry Show. Let's see. There's a news story about the fidget spinners, the little things, the spinner things. I'm not going to tell you because it's nasty. Somebody in the world has figured out how to be nasty. Just like I was talking about the lady that was the took off her clothes for Playboy magazine. So somebody's figured out, of course, somebody has figured out how to make the spinner, those fidget spinners, nasty. So I'm not going to tell you about that story. You can find that one on your own. I don't want to have to talk about that. All right, let's see what else is going. Well, we've got the paper. Let's see what's in the newspaper. In the weekend section, it's the 40th anniversary. How much Star Wars can our culture take? Have we not had enough of this? So Star Wars now in the paper. An entire page devoted to Star Wars. Look at all the ink they wasted because they wanted to make it look like space. Look at all that wasted ink. And then on the back, a big old picture of Darth Vader. So if if you're a person, maybe you want to buy a paper just to cut this out and put it on your refrigerator with a magnet. Or put it on your bulletin board. In fact, at work, you cut this out and then you can write the boss's name on the picture and then put it on the bulletin board for fun. For laughs in the workplace. Ooh. The newspaper says 40th anniversary of Star Wars. Celebrate with a weekend marathon. And it's got all the movies listed. There at the bottom, all of the movies are listed. And then it tells you under each movie how much it costs to buy it on iTunes. This is key, though, from the business standpoint. The first movie, $19.99. They're all $19.99. So essentially $20 a movie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 movies, $20 each. They're making more money than anybody in existence with this stuff. It's 2017 and people are still spending money on this stuff that came out 40 years ago. It's also, and let me point out, it's also the 40th anniversary of Smokey and the Bandit. I read a dissertation written on Smokey and the Bandit recently, and it claims that Jackie Gleason, playing the sheriff in Smokey and the Bandit, never used the script of the movie at all. So if you watch Smokey and the Bandit, everything that Jackie Gleason says, he just came up with himself. Why is there not a Smokey and the Bandit story here? I don't understand. All right, let's see. Movie review of Baywatch. The press register gives Baywatch 1.5 stars. The headline, "This beach is littered with raunch." This beach is littered with raunch. Okay, all right, let's see. All right, aren't you excited? Let's find something better. There's something much better in the paper, and that is strawberry cupcakes. Isn't that wonderful? Strawberry cupcakes. Don't you want to buy a paper? Darth Vader and cupcakes are in there. You don't need it for the news because you can get the news on your phone. But strawberry cupcakes, you can also cut that out and put that on your bulletin board. I don't have a bulletin board. Ariel, do you have a bulletin board? Oh, you all right? Come on with me now. I should have asked you this earlier. Ariel, what do you have a bulletin board for?
Because sometimes I like to, just decorate it, put pictures on there, quotes, that kind of stuff. Never recipes.
So you wouldn't cut out the cupcakes or Darth Vader or anything like that?
No, but I have a couple pictures of Drake.
Hey,
Same thing.
Do you want this sticker that Johnny Gwynn gave me from Seattle that's the Statue of Liberty, Resist?
Yes.
You want that for your bulletin board?
Yes, it would be so much fun.
Okay. All right, because there's nowhere I can put it. And if I put it up at work, there's no telling what kind of...
You're probably going to end up fired.
Not fired, just...
Suspended?
No. People put up political stickers, probably, it was over 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it just created almost 2 years of arguments.
Really?
Where you'd be, months later, somebody would be in the break room and they'd say, "It reminds me of when they put that sticker on my door." And then
I remember one time, Mark the Shark, he's a big Green Bay Packers fan.
Yes.
Somebody decorated his door, and whoever their rival's team is. Giant mistake.
Giant mistake. Yes.
Giant mistake. I have never seen somebody so angry rip through a building before in my whole life.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Yes. It was like the Hulk.
Well, let's hang on. Let's have this discussion on the air.
Okay.
Stand by. We're going to go back on the air because that reminds me, radio pranks, workplace pranks. All right, stand by.
ClinicalResearch.com. Thank you.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. During that break where you were hearing all the vital information, news, traffic, weather, all that, Ariel and I were on Facebook. We were talking about pranks in the workplace because I was telling Ariel that about 10 years ago, somebody put a political sticker on somebody's office door. And it upset. It ended up being like 2 years of people being mad about this sticker. And it kept getting brought up. Now, Ariel, you said that you worked with Mark the Shark that used to work at TK 101, and there was some radio prank that was done to him?
Correct. All right, so when I first started, this had to be 2012.
Okay.
2012. All right, so Mark the Shark, working for TK 101, and he was like a really big Green Bay Packers fan. Everybody in the building knew this. This was not, something that wasn't common knowledge. Well, and I'm not even sure who did it. I still don't know who did it because nobody ever admitted to being the person that did it. But they decorated his door, and the team that was whoever their rivals were.
It could have been the Chicago Bears or the Vikings or
who
something like that.
knows. I just know that when he got to work and his door was decorated and that team's paraphernalia, he lost it.
Really? No. So he didn't have a good sense of humor about it. He was angry. He was actually angry.
Yes, because apparently, like, football is his religion. I don't know. But he was very, very angry. And I think people thought that it would be funny and it would be a joke, but it didn't turn out to be a joke.
That is really, because most of us would consider that kind of a good-natured, as long as it wasn't permanent,
right?
That it would be, oh, okay, maybe silly, maybe sophomoric, but still not something to get enraged over.
Hey, I have seen people get enraged over Alabama-Auburn football.
Right. Well, of course.
You know.
Well, so that's a radio prank. Now, I worked with a guy for many, many years that was a brilliant, not only brilliant on the air, but also a very brainy person that could do a lot of the engineering work.
Yeah.
And this guy used to work midnight shifts. And at one radio station he worked at, there was a legendary story about how in the middle of the night, they used to lock their office doors, all the different department heads.
Right.
He went in, he took all those doors off their hinges. He went into their offices and he arranged all of their file cabinets to open upside down so that when they opened their file cabinets, all their files would fall out onto the ground.
Oh my gosh, that's so brilliant.
And he switched their doors. So everybody had a different door that did not belong. Now that's elaborate. And people did get very angry.
That's way too much time.
Very angry about that prank.
He had too much time on his hands, but it's brilliant.
Well, that's midnight at the radio station. All right, thank you, Ariel. More in a moment.
An earlier 18-wheeler fire that's been with us since before the sun came up this morning still has southbound I-65 closed just past the Perdido-Rabun exit in Baldwin County. You will be diverted off the interstate and have to use an alternate route to get through the area there. Earlier crash on southbound 59 in Foley has been moved from the roadway, and those delays rapidly improving. Also a crash on Cody Road and Grelot. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by TrueCar. Using TrueCar, you can easily find the car you want. TrueCar users save an average of over $3,000 off MSRP when you're ready to buy a new or used car. Visit TrueCar to enjoy a more confident car buying experience.
First alert weather from WKRG News 5 and the Southern Cancer Center Weather Center.
Sunny skies stick with us today. That gets us actually a little warmer than yesterday. Highs are close to average in the mid-80s. However, it comes with a stronger south breeze that will keep waves rough at the beaches. Tonight stays mild and muggy with temperatures near 70 degrees. Tomorrow, partly to mostly sunny skies get us back into the mid and upper 80s with some humidity. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
This report is brought to you by Staples. When it's time for help with your new technology, go to Staples. Staples has a full range of tech services to help your business, from data recovery to virus protection. Now get $50 off PC diagnostic and repair service. Ends 5/27. Service does not include parts. Staples, it's pro time.
Your home for traffic and weather on the 9s every morning. This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to The Uncle Henry Show. We have news headlines coming up from Fox in less than 20 minutes on The Uncle Henry Show. Now, I've noticed a story that is starting to pick up steam about President Trump shoving a prime minister in NATO. We'll get into that in a moment, but we've got Bert here on the line, and this kind of ties into the body-slamming politician. Hello, Bert.
Good morning, Uncle Henry.
Yes.
I just got to say, if somebody acts like a thug, I don't care the party label, I will never, ever vote for him. Do you remember a few years back when Senator Charles Bishop slugged Senator Lowell Barron on the floor of the Senate?
I don't remember the details, but I do vaguely remember that.
It made national, if not world news. It made the whole state of Alabama just look like deliverance. And I wrote Senator Bishop a letter using quite a few words that I cannot say on the air. And I said, if I was in your district and I had supported you before, you would never, ever get my vote again. And that's the whole problem with early voting. I've never been a proponent of it. There was a guy that was running for district attorney some years back, and I was just about ready to vote for him until in the last weeks of the campaign it was revealed that he was one of the guys that Steve Nodine turned over his guns to on the night that Angel Downs supposedly committed suicide and Nodine supposedly didn't know about it. And anybody that's connected in any way with first-degree murder, which I will always believe Angel was a victim of, will not get my vote. If there's just that slightest hint of scandal of
the information on that story came out at the last minute, and you were glad that you were able to factor that in before you voted.
I'm glad I had not early voted if that had been an option. That's my problem with early voting. Things do happen in the last weeks of the campaign.
Okay.
Well, thank you for taking my call, Uncle Henry.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, well, they want to make it one day they'll have you voting online. Somehow, on an app. On your democracy, your Democratic Republic app. All right, let me before we go to break, President Trump being accused of pushing a prime minister.
A video of Thursday's interaction shows a group of world leaders getting in position for a photo, then President Trump pushing aside the prime minister of Montenegro to get in front. When asked about the video, Trump spokesman Sean Spicer said he hadn't seen it. Spicer did note, however, that the standing order for the photograph had been predetermined.
Okay. So, and I've already seen people on Facebook saying, look, Trump bullied a prime minister. He's a bully, and he bullied the guy from Montenegro. I've already seen that this morning. So Sean Spicer saying that Trump was taking that was his space, that he had to take his space. All right, look for that going into the weekend. But if you can physically attack a reporter and get elected to Congress, then I'm sure you can shove a prime minister if it's a small enough country.
The Glenn Beck program introduces a new eve. The eve of global war. Celebrate with your family and friends. Today at 5, News Radio 710, WNTM.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Head's Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills. And I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Head's Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Head's Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Head's Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
It's Heating and Air Conditioning, where 3 heads are better than 1.
I'm Lester Holt. Nightly News begins. I think it's important to really understand people, and that means all people. We need to bring...
All right, we're back here on Facebook. Coming up on the final segment, I try to put in an effort on Fridays because so many people don't, but I have a very strong case of the Fridays, where I feel the lure of the weekend pulling at me more strongly than usual. I guess it's because it's so beautiful looking outside. All right, so we have the story of the president allegedly shoving somebody. Let me see what else. Are there any other stories out there that we can... Well, not on the President Trump. I was looking for more on the shoving, but that's all that I've got. I do see from the world of fast food that Taco Bell came out with some report yesterday saying that they want to add 2,350 more restaurants in 5 years. They want to expand Taco Bell by having 9,000 stores on planet Earth by 2022. And they also, going forward, are coming up with all the ingredients are the same, basically, at Taco Bell. They just come up with new ways of slapping them together. Have you noticed that? It's all really the same stuff. They just have different combinations of it. Coming up, they're going to have rolled tacos, a double cheesy gordita, a double chalupa, and they're testing $1 nacho-flavored French fries served with nacho cheese sauce to dip the nacho-flavored fries in. And I think that is officially the least healthy food I've heard of in quite a while. Nacho-flavored French fries with nacho cheese sauce to dip it in. I'm a big fan of dipping. I am. And I'm a big fan of dipping things in cheese. But there's this, I don't know that I'll ever be able to enjoy it without being whale-sized. I think if I started eating them, I'd end up being the size of a whale within just a few weeks. All right, stand by.
KRG News 5 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
It's another sunny day, but it's a little warmer than yesterday. Highs will be in the mid-80s with a stronger south breeze that'll keep waves rough at beaches. Tonight, lows fall back near 70 degrees under clear skies. Tomorrow stays dry, but we'll add a few more clouds with partly to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures back into the upper 80s. A few afternoon showers are possible on Sunday. From the News 5 First Alert Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Melissa Constanzer.
Traffic updates every 10 minutes on the 9s every morning. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming up. I believe we're only on News Radio 710 WNTM this morning because I think the Jags are playing baseball this early in the morning. Ariel, is there a way to... Can you look at the Wallace Tunnel with your cameras to see if it's already backed up? Because it was Monday that the Press Register had a story that traffic experts were predicting that it would be backed up by 9 o'clock, and we're getting close. We're getting close. So I am curious. Has it gotten to be that way at the Wallace Tunnel? We'll if we can take a look, we will. Meanwhile, let's go to the email inbox. I do have email that has trickled in. Now, in the last segment of the show, longtime caller Bert talked about someone hitting Lowell Barron of Fife in the Alabama legislature years ago and that causing him consternation. I have an email on that. Subject line on the email is burp. Email reads, I am glad Lowell Barron was slugged. And that email from 60-year-old Chris in West Loxley. He is glad that Lowell Barron got punched. Listeners of the Uncle Henry Show are very familiar with Lowell Barron of Fife, who infamously said about Mobile and Baldwin counties.
I explained, I live 400 miles from the coast. I don't have to be for your insurance bill, and I do not have to put it up, and I'm not going to put it up.
All right, that's when we were asking for help with our unfairly high. Okay, now that's Ariel is showing, that's right now, that's the tunnel now. All right, Ariel has shown me, for you the radio listener, Ariel has shown me video of the Wallace Tunnel. It looks free and clear. So this news story, Monday morning, there was something on AL.com saying it would be backed up at 9 a.m. And it's smooth sailing. All right, what are these making these predictions? Is it worth it to make predictions? I guess some people are paid to make predictions. We see a lot of it in sports, right? In media, in the sports, people predicting. Do we ever go back and see if they're right in their predictions? So you get lots of predictions in sports and politics. Now, in traffic, it was Monday, AL.com, and some people, I don't know if it was ALDOT or somebody, they were predicting that it would be backed up at 9 o'clock this morning, and it's 8:53, and Ariel just showed me smooth sailing. Bayway, Wallace Tunnel, smooth sailing. Downtown Mobile, all right, thank you, Ariel, for finding me that. I think that was important for me to understand that when I read traffic predictions, they're just as unreliable as political predictions and as unreliable as sports predictions, and probably the same as astrological predictions, which are also bunk. All right, let me go to the email inbox. I have more email. Subject line on the email is shrimp, shrimp, shrimp. Email reads, good morning, Uncle Henry. Just got to brag, having a wonderful breakfast of leftover Gulf Coast shrimp. We have such terrific seafood on the coast. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Remember, freedom isn't free. Let's pray for all who have given their lives for our liberty. And here's my front porch decked out with patriotic flags for the holiday remembrance. And that email from the Liberty professor who sent a picture with his email of his front porch with flags all over it. And it is a very beautiful porch that somebody would want to sit on and then reflect on life on the porch. You mentioned shrimp. There's a local grocery store I went into, and they had steamed up shrimp and put it out. It was already out of its shell. It was ready to go. Shrimp. And I thought, well, this shrimp has been steamed and cooked, and I don't even have to take it out of its protective Mother Nature covering. I'm going to purchase this shrimp and take it home and eat it, and I will be blessed by the shrimp. And so I took it home, and the shrimp had been over-steamed to the point that it almost disintegrated when I put a fork in it. It almost completely, it was mush, shrimp mush. Now, if I had a cat would have loved it. Cat would have loved it. You got to be careful. Don't overcook. I'm just saying. Sorry to have shared a negative experience with you. One more thing to share with you before the show runs out of time. If you just tuned in late due to your lack of interest in the show, Reagan Girl contacted the Uncle Henry Show earlier this morning to say longtime caller Reagan Girl is going to be belly dancing in downtown Mobile tomorrow, Saturday, at Mobicon. That's at one of the big hotels in downtown Mobile. She left me a voice message on Facebook.
Good morning, Uncle
you know that I am performing at 11 and at 1 tomorrow at Mobicon with my sisters. And please come if you can. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in June. Roll Tide. Please come if you can.
All right, that's Reagan Girl. Belly dancing, the conservative belly dancer, Reagan Girl. Belly dancing at 11 and 1 tomorrow in downtown Mobile at Mobicon. So there's some added excitement for your weekend. If you've always wanted to see Reagan Girl in her belly dancing mode, this is your chance. Have a wonderful Memorial Day, and I will talk to you again, if you permit it, Tuesday.